I think what I've come to realize, especially recently, like 2020 has made social media so polarized, like on a political level, on all kinds of levels, like things are just like split down the middle, like us versus them, for or against vibe. And what I've realized is that it's super important to curate your social media for what heals you, what uplifts you. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself either being like jealous of people that you think like, hey man, why is everyone a millionaire and I'm just like a broke like everybody I went to school with is a millionaire with 2 houses and a sports car and blah 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 blah. And I was in the same class. I don't understand.
Yeah. Damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie. What the fuck happened to you?
You know what I'm saying? So if you just, what 2020 is teaching me is that if you just let your social media come just haphazardly, it's kind of like your room, like you have to organize things. You have to put like, okay, I like this painting here. I like this couch here, whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to curate the spaces that you live in physically. In the same way, you need to curate the spaces where your mind goes, like a lot of the time, because we're on our phones a lot of the time. So because I'm 100% sure you can find a space on the internet where people are not being like narcissistic or posting their cars or whatever. They're talking about some real stuff or things that matter to them, sharing passions.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you can literally unfollow everybody that makes you feel bad about yourself. Gone. Follow things that make you feel beautiful. Imagine that. Imagine being addicted to social media then.
But isn't that a bit dangerous? Because also like you have things for instance like fat acceptance, right? Right, where people like where the movement is to make people love their bodies no matter what they look like, right? And that's a great thing. That's a wonderful movement, right? However, the question is where does fat acceptance become enabling for people that are overweight in an unhealthy way, that are gonna die, that are at risk of dying?
My question is, ungenaphi?
Oh wow!
No, but I'm with Ra on this one. I hear him. There is a danger.
At least she felt beautiful when she died.
There is a danger of doing the opposite, right? Of not being aware of like dangers in the world. If everything that you see is just like supportive and enabling, there's no counter balance. Then you could end up in like a delusional state, like in a deluded state, not knowing the reality of things. So maybe it's a question of ratio rather than like completely having one or the other. Just like having more positive things that uplift you.
And also, I think seeking out people that you know that can be fair and balanced, or as balanced as possible on topics. You know what I'm saying? Because we all have those people on our social media that are just biased to a certain point, and nothing's gonna change their minds. They have 1,001 posts about it. Everything that they post is either directly that or related to that. Like obviously, those people might be a bit problematic. You know what I mean? So obviously, you wouldn't want to be, you would want to curate, like you're saying, VUA. But I definitely believe in counterbalancing everything that you're taking in, because with every stance that I want to take, I want to hear what the opposing side also has to say about it, because that's how you form like robust arguments, you know?
I agree.
Chanam hola robust scheme.
Yeah.
This nigga spitting. He's spitting. Yeah, I think we tumbled into like social media because it's like a huge important part of it, but I think we're also straying a little bit from the catfishing. But like the main thing that I was really saying is that you don't have to catfish to nobody. You don't gotta lie to nobody.
You.
Yeah. I want to say that, yeah, and I completely agree with you guys, and just putting myself in like the catfisher's shoes or whatever, right? The reason why I feel like a lot of people do that, and I'm sure you guys know this, is because, it's like the insecurity that, yeah, you kind of have, and you feel like if I'm not like this, I'm not, good enough or like worthy of being with this person. So it's just a matter of like stepping out of that, and like you guys are saying, finding, those people that are into, who you are, because the internet is like huge, it's not just the people that you know around your circle that are in the world. There are there are a lot of people in the world, and people that would like you for you. So it's just a matter of finding those people. Yeah.
But yeah, I think though, like getting back to us as a society, I think as a society, insecurity is manufactured in the psychology of the masses, right? Because it makes money, right? Think about who spends the most money. It's people who are unhappy with themselves, people who are unhappy with their lives. And when we remember that we live in a society where everything comes down to the dollars and cents of it. Like, I mean, the rands and cents of it. Everything is a financial decision. Like whether it's racism or whether it's who heads up the household, all of it. At the end of it, like there's a marketer who realizes, okay, if I can get these people in this type of living condition, then they are more likely to buy this product. So everything is being engineered for that. So even yeah, and it's reflected in the fact that, yeah, you'll have dudes, for instance, that will go out and live a life that they can't afford on credit just to attract girls. And that's what the marketers want, right? Is you must be chasing the gram life so hard that you're willing to spend way beyond your means just to keep up with, the Insta stars.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's about money, right? It's like
It is.
it's like that episode of what's that? Adam Ruins Everything. Do you guys watch Adam Ruins Everything? There's an episode where he talks about diamonds in particular, and how there's no particular reason. Exactly, there's no particular reason for diamonds to be that expensive.
Be as expensive as they are.
Do you know what I'm saying? So they basically choke the market, restrict.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then they made it like a prerequisite to get married. So like everybody on earth who's getting married needs to go for a diamond. And it's this thing that's so abundant that you have it locked away in vaults to restrict like supply and like trick the market into thinking it's like a scarcity. It's crazy. And
what is that show called? Sorry, Adam?
It's called Adam Ruins Everything. He just like debunks certain societal myths, things that we're just like comfortable with accepting in society, but he just like pokes holes in them. Like, what's this?
I'm gonna check that out. Sounds interesting.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't seen it either, huh?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. Check it out. It's worth it. Yeah. So yeah, we do buy into these things like this is what we need, and we're willing to spend for it to achieve that image that we're sold as the norm.
Yeah, but then
which is why I love this age.
Sorry, you were saying love is?
Sorry. Last thing I'm gonna say. I was gonna say that's why I love this age, because you can create your own normal by curating your social media. No one has time for TV anymore. You curate your YouTube, you curate your Facebook, you curate your Instagram. And then you've made your own normal. You don't need marketers to tell you what normal is, what acceptable is.
But then the question is that's great on an individual level, right? But can you imagine trying to tell a girl that no, I'm not gonna buy you a ring because it's a marketing scam? How far you wouldn't get far?
Well, that's not true. It's not true for every girl.
Okay.
Yeah, not the diamonds. Some of us like gold, just gold,
Yeah, but the point is, like, a nigga still gotta spend money. So we're buying into the consumerism like a little bit or a lot. The point is, as a guy, my love is out.
No, that's
I mean, look, I think there's something about symbolism. So you can talk with your person about like, okay, how are we going to symbolize this transition in our relationship?